I am here at the Bible study. I hope you guys are having a good night. I found some jokes for you guys. So we're going to do some jokes. I just thought they were cute. I wanted to share them with you. What do you call a pig that does karate? A pork chop. Okay, why do bees have sticky hair? Because they use honeycombs. What do you call a dog with no legs? It doesn't matter what you call him. He isn't coming. That's sad. That's sad. That's sad. What's this one say? Would February March? No, but April May. Did you hear about the kidnapping at school? It was fine. He woke up. Let's see, one or two more. Why did the Clydesdale give the pony a glass of water? Because he was a little horse. And the last one. Why do seagulls fly over the sea? Because if they flew over a bay, they would be bagels.
That's a good one.
Wait, I found a good one down here I wanted to tell you guys. This one's really good. Hold on. You say this to the teacher. Okay, there's a you and there's a teacher. You. Teacher. Teacher, yes. You. Would you punish me for something I didn't do? Teacher, of course not. You. I didn't do my homework. I could tell you these all day, but I'll stop now because we got things to do. Okay, so today we are doing, I believe, Matthew chapter 11. We'll be talking about Jesus and John the Baptist, woe on unrepentant cities, and rest for the weary. And the Bible devotion today is by Isabella Yusico. And the Bible verse that goes with her devotion tonight is Matthew 11, verse 28, which says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." And of course, that is Jesus talking. Okay, so now I will go to the Bible and read to you Matthew chapter 11. In the New International Version, if you guys would like to follow along. After Jesus had finished instructing his 12 disciples, he went on from there to teach and preach in the towns of Galilee. When John heard in prison what Christ was doing, he sent his disciples to ask him, "Are you the one who was to come, or should we expect someone else?" Jesus replied, "Go back and report to John what you hear and see. The blind receive sight, the lame walk, those who have leprosy are cured, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, and the good news is preached to the poor. Blessed is the man who does not fall away on account of me." As John's disciples were leaving, Jesus began to speak to the crowd about John. "What did you go out into the desert to see? A reed swayed by the wind? If not, what did you go out to see? A man dressed in fine clothes? No, those who wear fine clothes are in kings' palaces. Then what did you go out to see? A prophet? Yes, I tell you, and more than a prophet. This is the one about whom it is written, I will send my messenger ahead of you, and who will prepare the way before you. I tell you the truth, among those born of women, there has not risen any greater than John the Baptist. Yet he who is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. From the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven has been forcibly advancing, and forceful men lay hold of it. For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John. And if you are willing to accept it, he is the Elijah who was to come. He who has ears, let him hear. To what can I compare this generation? They are like children sitting in the marketplaces and calling out to others, "We played the flute for you, and you did not dance. We sang a dirge, and you did not mourn." For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, "He has a demon." The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, "Here is a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners." But wisdom is proved right by her actions. Then Jesus began to denounce the cities in which most of his miracles had been performed, because they did not repent. "Woe to you, Chorazin! Woe to you, Bethsaida! If the miracles that were performed in you had been performed in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. But I tell you, it will be more bearable for Tyre and Sidon on the day of judgment than for you. And you, Capernaum, you will be lifted up to the skies. Will you be lifted up to the skies? No, you will go down to the depths. If the miracles that were performed in you had been performed in Sodom, it would have remained to this day. But I tell you that it will be more bearable for Sodom on the day of judgment than for you. Wow. I wouldn't want to live there. Because you know how bad Sodom and Gomorrah were. At that time, Jesus said, "I praise you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because you have hidden these things from the wise and learned and revealed them to little children. Yes, Father, for this was your good pleasure. All things have been committed to me by my Father. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and those to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And that was Matthew chapter 11. All right, now let me read to you guys the devotion by Isabella Yusico. See what Matthew chapter 11 has to do with her life right now. She says, "Ladies from my Bible study introduced me to picking a theme word for the year. The subject came up several weeks into the year, but when I heard it, I knew right away what my word was. Before I could open my mouth, a wise and older mentor who knows me said the word rest. Yes, I knew that word was for me. Jesus had been hammering that theme for a long time, but I just couldn't hear him. Or maybe I heard him, but I was working to rest. As in, I was reading everything I could about rest. I was making sure to rest. I was chastising myself when I failed to rest, and growing weary of trying so hard, because that's what I do. But that's not what this verse has in mind. Was it a coincidence that the theme word appeared just as I was pressed into rest by exhaustion? I was so tired, I'd thrown up my hands in defeat and said, "I can't, Lord." Now I'm enjoying a lot of genuine rest. Later in this passage, Jesus describes his rest: easy, light, gentle, humble. I'd add peaceful. It's not lazy rest, but an internal sense of peaceful ease, going with the flow, so to speak. I am sleeping in more, but I'm just really a lot more restful in my mind and actions. The results are amazing. Some of the things I'd been mentally and physically toiling over are falling into place and unfolding with ease. I could really get used to resting in you, Jesus. Is this what you meant all along about giving us rest? Yes, he's talking about inside your soul. And your homework for tonight is pick a problem you've been working on and apply this verse by stopping whatever you're doing. Let Jesus have it while you rest. Rest your soul and trust in Jesus to handle your situation. All right, guys. That was our Bible study for tonight. Let's see here. That was the end of this book. So I'm going to have to go get a new book set up for us, and that book will last a whole year because it is a bigger book. Can't get to it right now. It's over there, buried under stuff, but I'll get it and get it set up, and then I'll get the Bible set up to where it needs to be. And God willing, we'll see you again tomorrow with another Bible study. Bye, guys. God bless and good night.